welcome to the 193rd University of Wisconsin-Platteville Commencement Ceremony. I am Dr. Mitty Nimlick-Stenherter, the Provost and Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs, and on behalf of those seated on stage, the faculty and staff standing before me, and the entire university, welcome to today's ceremony. One of the things that I said earlier, and maybe some of you have already heard this or figured it out on your own, I remember the year I graduated and the month, but I can't remember the day. There should be no reason that anybody in this class should not be able to remember the date that you graduated, because today is 12/13/14. Would you please stand, remove your hats, as we sing our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early lights what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
You may be seated. I'm sorry, I think I waited till after they turned down my microphone to let you know that that was led by our student, Lucas Ensign. As we begin today's ceremony, I am reminded of a quotation by Benjamin Disraeli, who was the Prime Minister of Britain in the late 1800s. He said, "There is no education like adversity." This fall, that quotation rang very true at the University of Wisconsin-Platteville. As most of you know, on June 16th, we were hit by a tornado that severely damaged 5 buildings, the stadium, and Memorial Park. Frankly, we did not know how we were going to be ready for this fall semester, but through hard work, we are. Our faculty, staff, students, and community members came together and worked well to overcome the adversity and so that we could have a successful fall semester. In many ways, that mirrors your collegiate careers. There is no one here that has not faced adversity. Yet you have faced it and overcome it, so we could all gather here today. And that is what we are celebrating this afternoon. This morning, we honored graduates in the College of Business Industry, Life Science, and Agriculture, as well as our graduate students. This afternoon's ceremony will feature the graduates of the College of Liberal Arts and Education and the College of Engineering, Mathematics, and Science. In all, we will be awarding 621 undergraduate degrees and 97 graduate degrees in these 2 ceremonies. This is the 193rd Commencement Ceremony in University of Wisconsin-Platteville's history, and during that time, we have seen more than 54,000 graduates walk across this stage. Students, when it is your turn to cross the stage, you will join in this special bond of those who call themselves Pioneer alumni. Congratulations to all of our candidates here today. A little bit about today's ceremony. We will hear words of encouragement and congratulations from our student speaker, our commencement speaker, and finally from our Chancellor, Dennis J. Shields. We will also recognize some special people, and then, of course, the main event, the presentation of the candidates for graduation. Each commencement, a student speaker is chosen to represent the graduating seniors, and this year's speaker is a great representative of your class. Originally from Yichang, China, she has pursued a degree in mathematics with an emphasis in actuarial science and a minor in business administration. She has served as a math tutor, an assistant for the Media Technology Services, a student assistant for the College of Engineering Mathematics Science Student Success Program. She has also been active as a woman in EMS mentor, as well as in Centerpoint. She has earned her place on the Dean's List and received the UW-Platteville International Students Club Scholarship and was a UW-Platteville Annual Excellent Leadership Award nominee. Recently, she has interned and accepted a full-time position at CUNA Mutual Group in Madison. So please help me in welcoming Yixing Ivy Chow.
Excuse me, I'm a little short. 大家下午好，欢迎来参加我们大学的第193届毕业典礼。So I see few confused audience on here, so let me try again in English. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the 193rd Commencement. Don't worry, I won't be giving my speech in Chinese, but I know there are at least few Chinese people in the audience, including my parents who are visiting for the first time from China. Most of you probably felt a little confused when I started speaking. Believe me, I know what it feels like to not understand the language. I once spent 30 minutes unsuccessfully explaining to a friend what a sprinkler system is after I accidentally set off a smoke detector in the dorm kitchen while cooking Chinese food, which involves a lot of smoke. It was the first time I realized the cultural differences in my new home. However, after 4 years of living here in Platteville, I have developed resistance to extreme cold, acquired the ability to shovel a car out of the snow in under 15 minutes, and fall in love with the food called cheese. Studying abroad definitely was not an easy road for me. I have to overcome many hurdles such as language barriers, culture shock, and homesickness in the past 4 years. I made a decision to come to UW-Platteville because I wanted to choose a school where I could maximize both my educational and cultural experience. In China, as in many Asian countries, I knew students feel great pressure to attend a well-recognized university. To be honest, I knew nothing about UW-Platteville. I didn't even know much about the state of Wisconsin. Even my family and friends questioned my decision to come here. However, I knew I wanted a school that doesn't have a lot of Chinese students because I would have to force myself to adapt the culture on my own and to be more independent. At the time, I had never been abroad, and I was aware about the risk that I was going to take. It is this opportunity give me a chance to learn and explore, meet new friends, and be adventurous. It was well worth the risk, and I have never regretted my decision. Graduates, I want to encourage all of you to take risks in your life. Step outside of your comfort zone, challenge yourself, and be adventurous. Because those risks could become an opportunity that will lead you down to a new and unique path. So if you ask my friends, they will tell you I'm an outgoing person. However, I was always very shy in front of crowds. Additionally, I grew up in a very competitive culture. I was never the top students in my class, and I didn't receive much attention from my teachers or classmates back in middle school or high school. When I started college, my lack of confidence got even worse due to the language barriers. I had a very difficult time to expressing myself in the conversations, and I could not stay caught up on readings for many of my classes. However, I soon realized if I wanted to improve, I needed to be more outgoing and seek help. I started to get involved in clubs to expand my life outside my dorm and talk to my professors to seek a better way to study. When I was elected as an executive board member of International Student Club, I knew I needed to face a big challenge, speaking in front of a crowd. Look what I'm doing right now. The first meeting was rough. I still remember how I spoke as loud and fast as possible, so people could not catch my grammar mistakes. Right now, I'm speaking a little fast only because I'm excited and nervous. I still remember, I don't think I showed any panic on my face, but my heart was racing. I eventually became more comfortable leading with the club meetings and engaging with members. I met more friends from all around over the world during my time with the International Student Club than I have ever met in my 19 years of living in China. This experience has made me become a more diversified individual. After serving the club for 2 years, I transformed myself from a listener to a leader and a doer. I would never achieve that much if I had not pushed myself outside my comfort zone. I learned to enjoy the thrill of adventure with the geography department Western field trip through the Western United States during the summer of 2011 and 2012. We hiked in the deserts, mountains, woods, and a total of 30 national parks. I felt closer to nature than ever, and I appreciated the beauty of this country. My professor, Rich Wall, even hurt himself by boosting me up the side of a rock wall so I could see the breathtaking view. It was probably one of the best UW-Platteville memories. From that experience, I learned the importance of trying new things. I also took chances with learning to play piano when I was a sophomore and learning how to ballroom dance when I was a junior, which have both become important hobbies in my life. When I was working as a production assistant for media tech services, I learned about producing and collaboration. While working for the Women in EMS program, I learned about the importance of caring about others and giving back. I'm constantly seeking new opportunities to learn and manage stress. All those experiences have created the opportunity to help me broaden my views of the world. Yes, you might not have the chances to take those classes or be involved in clubs anymore in Platteville, but you will have more opportunities in the future because chances to learn doesn't just come to you in college. When they do come, please have the courage to challenge yourself because life starts outside your comfort zone. I could not have gotten this far without help from my professors, mentors, colleagues, and friends. School wasn't always easy for me. I had to work extra hard to maintain my GPA and improve my grade. I often felt a lack of confidence when I was struggling in a challenging class or had to retake a class. It was my professors who encouraged and supported me like one of their own children. Thank you. It was my colleagues who helped me again gain confidence and grow in the work field. Thank you. I want to thank my mentor, Tammy Selvin Stevens, she's sitting over there, who stopped me from transferring to another university my sophomore year and offered me a job at Women in the EMS program. From her, I learned the meaning of passion and giving back, and I saw the power of impacting others' life in a positive way. I'm sure everyone here had to go through a few family, financial, or academic struggles. I had many downtimes as well, such as being overlooked by a company simply for being an international student that I almost wanted to give up. But after seeing a colleague who worked full-time here in Platteville, part-time in Dubuque, and is still passionate about volunteer to be on call every night for a nonprofit organization, a friend who has to work full-time so she can support herself through college, and others who struggled from depression and other illness, I realized I could succeed as well. I want to thank each of you because a lot of you are my role models, and your stories have inspired and motivated me to work harder. I especially want to thank my parents who have supported me financially and emotionally and who give me the freedom to study abroad and follow my independent spirit. Graduates, please take a moment to think about those who have helped you through your college career. Please remember to appreciate these people and give back, because you have been given so much. Fellow pioneers, I would like to congratulate all of you on getting this far and for everything you've accomplished. I'm sure you all have amazing stories about you could tell about your time here. I'd like to once again encourage all of you to go out and take risks, learn new things, and to be more adventurous and make the most of every day, because this is the pioneer spirit that you should carry with you everywhere you go for the rest of your life. Don't be afraid of failure, and don't let it get on the way of your ventures. 我们最大的荣耀不在于永不坠落，而在于每次跌倒后能重新站起来。And for those of you who haven't learned Chinese in the last 10 minutes, those inspiring words by Confucius are, "Our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall." Thank you.
Thank you, Ivy. Many of you may be wondering what the different colored stoles and cords are that many of our graduates are wearing. Our international students wear white flag stoles featuring the United States flag and the flag of their home country. UW-Platteville students who have studied abroad wear stoles featuring the flag of the country where they studied. Clubs, organizations, and honor societies have bestowed different colored stoles and pins on their graduates, representing extracurricular and high-impact practice learning that went along with their classroom experiences. At this time, I would like to call special attention to those students who are wearing gold honor cords. The undergraduate students graduating with academic honors are also designated with asterisks in the commencement program. I'd ask at this time that those graduates who have achieved honors and are graduating magna cum laude to please rise. These students have earned cumulative grade point averages between 3.5 and a 3.74. Now, will those students earning the highest honors and are graduating summa cum laude please stand? These students have earned cumulative grade point averages between 3.75 and a perfect 4.0. Our principal speaker is currently the Regional Director for Generation Operations at Alliant Energy. She has a bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering from Florida International University and a finance degree from Clark College. She then earned her master's in finance from Clark in 2000. She is on the Southwest Wisconsin Workforce Development Board, the College of Engineering, Mathematics, and Science Advisory Board at UW-Platteville, and a board member of Women in Engineering at UW-Platteville. She serves as an advocate for the university for gift requests and sponsorships from Alliant Energy and speaks to our classes regularly, engaging students on their expectations as they enter the workforce. So I ask all of you to please help me in welcoming Maria Lauk.
I can't help it. I got to do this. I'm an engineer. Got to touch it. Good afternoon, and let me be one of the first to congratulate this class on making it here. You did it. You are finally graduating. For many of you, it has been a long road, so savor the day, because after the holidays, your life will change. Next year will be a new beginning. One of the reasons I was so excited to have the honor to speak to you today is that I too was a December graduate, and I think we are just a little bit different. We chose a different path. But I first want to thank Chancellor Shields and his staff at the university for allowing me to speak. I was humbled by the request, but I must admit, when asked if I would speak, I thought, who cares what I have to say? After all, I never thought I would be asked to speak at a commencement. For those of you that know me, you know my main reason for going to college was not to pursue higher education. It was to play sports. And after 5.5 long years, my parents attended my college graduation just to make sure I wasn't making the whole thing up. They didn't envision their daughter, the granddaughter of women who didn't have any formal education, one who couldn't read and one who couldn't speak English, and being the first in the family to obtain not just a bachelor's degree, but an engineering degree. It was quite the leap. And besides, my work grants me the opportunity to visit the campus enough, and I've had the privilege to speak, so I figured everyone's heard my story. Why repeat it? And then as I thought about it, I thought maybe I could tell you, the future leaders that sit before me, how to not make all the same mistakes that I made. But then I thought, I learned a lot from making mistakes, and I can't tell you what to do anyway. You didn't get this far by just doing what you were told. You had to make hard choices and tough decisions. Then I thought I would share details of my journey, because as you look at this stage, you may see some confident, successful people. But as Paul Harvey used to say, here is the rest of the story. For me, the one about the ugly duckling, the pudgy little girl who grew up feeling out of place and always struggled to gain acceptance and find something that she did well, who eventually grew up to be a swan of sorts, more refined and polished, but still paddling like crazy underneath the surface, just to stay afloat and keep forward momentum. You see, we all have doubts, struggles, and fears, and we have to find a way to overcome them or use them to fuel the fire that drives us to succeed. For those of you that know me, you've heard my story, that when I decided to pursue engineering, early in my college career, I wasn't even sure it's what I wanted to do. I really didn't even know what engineers did. But I thought I would give it a try. And then one day a male student asked me what I was doing in the engineering building, and I told him I was an ME. And he said, "Girl, you must be lost and confused, because don't you know women can't be engineers?" And then in that moment, I had found my purpose. I was meant to prove him wrong. And I thought to myself, if it is the last thing I do, I will become an engineer, no matter what it takes. And every time I thought about quitting, and I often entertained that thought, I remembered that jerk. And I thought, I can't make him right. I wouldn't allow it. And I dreamed of walking across the stage, much like this one. And 5 long years later, I did. And I did again a decade later. And then 15 years later, here I am telling you my story. I tell you that so that you know you are not alone in your doubt and perhaps fear of the future. But I assure you of this: you can now go places you never dreamed possible. So as I thought about what else I could say, I decided I would try to inspire you with some words of wisdom that I have heard along the way. And you can take them for yourself or not. Again, the choice is yours. I'll share with you one of my favorite poems by Robert Frost, The Road Not Taken. I first heard this poem when I was still in grade school, and while it was written over 100 years ago, it spoke to me immediately as a young student, and it still speaks to me today. I think it describes us December grads well, and it starts with, 2 roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both, and be one traveler long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then took the other as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear. Though, as for the passing there, had worn them really about the same. Stick around, I'll get to the end. Those of you sitting before me have stood at the crossroads and chosen a different path. Some of you are graduating off cycle, like me, because you changed majors, or you had to back off of school and work 2 jobs while commuting long distances. Some of you couldn't attend school because you were caring for a new baby or an ailing family member, or going off to war to defend your country and our precious freedoms. You have chosen a different path. But it doesn't really matter what helped set this date. What's important is that you are there, and you're almost here. To you, I say thank you. Thank you for your tenacity, overcoming those obstacles. We need you, my company, and many others in the business community need you. Our business community needs to hire graduates just like you. You are graduating at an opportune time. The economy is starting to recover, and we need people just like you to maintain that forward momentum and build even better communities. So now I want you to take a moment and think about the people who helped you get here. I want you to know that by helping you, they have given you a gift more precious than any you will receive during the holidays, and more lasting than the building that surrounds us. Now that you have this college degree, a world of opportunity will open up to you. You may stay close or you may travel far, but you will never lose this education, the one that you have toiled for and we commemorate today. And while you and others know that you've had to work hard to get here, someday you will be so successful that some may have the audacity to call you lucky. And when they do, remember this: luck is where the crossroads of opportunity and preparation meet. The Roman philosopher Seneca said that over 2,000 years ago, but it still holds true today. So you may notice a theme in my references. Although they are old, they still ring true. Sometimes we convince ourselves that in this modern world, things are so much different than they were before. And yet, as the world changes, many things stay the same. Hard work pays off. Treating people as you would want to be treated. And remembering there are always 2 sides to every story. You have a strong foundation, and from it you will build a great life. After all, you are pioneers. You will push onward, break new ground, and blaze new trails. But please remember the essence of compassion. Remember, resolve to be tender with the young, compassionate with the aged, sympathetic with the striving, and tolerant with the weak and wrong. Because sometime in your life, you will have been all of these. So for those of you wondering how the poem ends, here's the rest of the poem. And both that morning equally lay, in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence. 2 roads diverged in a wood, and I took the less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. So being the engineer that I am, I have to throw in a math equation before I bring this to a close. Your performance is the product of your ability times your persistence. To this graduating class of 2014, I say, show your friends and family that their sacrifice was well worth it. The world is yours if you wish to change it. Please take this gift that you are being given this December. Be persistent and use your abilities to go out and make a difference. Thank you, good luck, and Godspeed.
Thank you, Maria. Each year, our faculty and the Alumni Association recognize alumni who have brought honor to this university. Past winners include Nobel and Pulitzer Prize winners, members of the United States Congress and the Wisconsin Legislature, and presidents of major corporations. Today, we honor 4 alumni who have achieved at a high level while continuing to help others. I ask them to come forward, and I ask that you please hold your applause until all are introduced. Chad Shackleman, please come forward, is a 2000 UW-Platteville graduate who earned a degree in civil engineering with an emphasis in structural and construction. He is currently the Industrial Division Manager, Executive Team Member, and Strategic Team Member for J.P. Cullen. He has been the Secretary of the Association for Facility Engineering, Chapter 161, since 2009, and In Business Magazine named him the Young Executive of the Year for 2014. Shackleman has recruited over 12 UW-Platteville graduates from 2001 through 2011. He has also hired 15 UW-Platteville students for co-ops and currently has 2 in the industrial division. Robert Hendrickson. Robert Hendrickson earned his bachelor's degree in industrial engineering in 1999. Since then, he has worked at Frito-Lay and is currently the Director of Engineering and Maintenance. He has hosted 3 industrial engineering senior design projects, was an internship sponsor for a UW-Platteville student, and participated in the Society of Women Engineers interview training event. He also does campus recruiting and currently has 8 UW-Platteville graduates working in the Beloit location of Frito-Lay. The other 2 alumni were honored this morning, so at this time I would ask you to join me in saluting our 2014 outstanding alumni, Robert Hendrickson and Chad Shackleman. Now I ask that Melissa Gavin, President of the Alumni Association Board of Directors, to please come forward to present the alumni lifetime memberships.
On behalf of the University of Wisconsin-Platteville Alumni Association, it is my pleasure and honor to congratulate the December 2014 commencement class. I encourage you to stay connected to UW-Platteville after graduation and seek out opportunities to stay connected. Volunteer to serve on the Alumni Association Board of Directors, the College of LAE Alumni Chapter, or the College of EMS Alumni Chapter. Plan to attend an alumni event in your area or come back to campus for the EMS Expo, career fairs, homecoming, the horrific crime scene event, the music department golf outing, art and theater shows, or other of the many alumni events we sponsor. Proudly display your diploma at your place of work and stay connected through our social media sites. Also keep in contact with your faculty and staff on campus. There are many ways to be an active alumnus. At each commencement, the Alumni Association recognizes select graduates by awarding them the lifetime membership into the Alumni Association. This is a $400 value. Recipients for this award have been involved on campus and in the community, have professional development experience, academic excellence, and their nominators feel strongly that they will continue to stay involved with the university and the Alumni Association after graduation. For this semester, we have selected 4 individuals as recipients. 2 are graduating this afternoon. Rachel McWilliams, please stand. Rachel is graduating with an industrial engineering degree. She is from Platteville, Wisconsin. Jessica Pierce, please stand. Jessica is graduating with an elementary education degree. Jessica is from Hazel Green, Wisconsin. Congratulations to each of you, and congratulations to all of the graduates this afternoon.
Thank you, Melissa. Every year since 1991, Alliant Energy has recognized 4 outstanding faculty members in the University of Wisconsin system. And we are very pleased today to be able to recognize one of those winners from our very on campus. I'd now ask Tim Dice to join me here at the podium. Dr. Dice joined the UW-Platteville faculty in 1999 and teaches a variety of mathematics courses. He also helps prepare future math teachers and serves as one of 2 faculty athletic representatives for the campus. Interim Engineering, Mathematics, and Science Dean Masoud Musliu says that many of his students state that he is the best teacher they have ever had because he is tough but fair, but most of all, he cares about his students. Dr. Dice, today we thank you and we honor you with the UW System Underkoffler Award for Teaching Education. Please join me in applauding Dr. Dice. For those of you who know Dr. Dice, I want to ask him if he bought those long pants just for this occasion, but well known to wear shorts in very cold weather. Okay. Chancellor Dennis J. Shields is in his 5th year at UW-Platteville. During that time, he has guided the campus through tremendous growth in programs, resources, and facilities. In fact, by using innovative public-private methods, he led the construction of Roundtree Commons and Bridgeway Commons, ensuring that all freshmen and sophomores remain engaged in campus life through residential living. We know through the scholarship of teaching and learning that students are more likely to persist, be more successful, and more likely to graduate if they live on campus their first 2 years, which is one of the driving factors behind building these 2 buildings. Even with all the changes, the Chancellor remains committed to the core mission of our institution, which is providing an affordable and accessible education. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Chancellor Dennis J. Shields.
I love this. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thank you. Let me start by just thanking Ivy for the inspiring story that she told. That's great stuff. And I want to make sure and meet your mom and dad. They travel that far. I've traveled to China. It's a long flight. Graduates, I am pleased to congratulate you today at this ceremony marking the completion of the requirements of your academic program here at the University of Wisconsin-Platteville. I'm glad that you made the choice to attend Platteville, and even more pleased that you spent the time and energy to complete your classes and to engage intellectually in the work necessary to complete your degree. We are very proud of you. Today marks the close of an important chapter in your lives and the beginning of another. Parents, faculty, honored guests, the accomplishments we celebrate today would not have been possible without the support and encouragement that you provided these graduates during their academic journey at this university. Thank you for assisting these students and believing in them. Your support of them helped them to believe in themselves and to achieve the success that we celebrate today. Graduates, once you walk across this stage today, you will officially and forever be a part of the Pioneer legacy. As pioneers, you are not just ready for work, but you are ready for the ever-changing world that you leave us for today. John Dewey, an American philosopher and psychologist and educational reformer, once said that the goal of a liberal education was to free experience from routine and caprice. Caprice can mean a disposition to do things impulsively, or it can indicate a sudden, unpredictable condition, change, or series of changes. Both kinds of caprice are effectively addressed by having a well-rounded education that prepares you to think strategically and to create solutions when one is not immediately obvious. As pioneers, I encourage you to be creative and to adapt to change. Where possible, be an innovator, a trailblazer, and a pathfinder. I urge you to do this in the large and small venues of your lives. If you believe in yourself and use your education, talent, skills, and vision, You will be able not only to do whatever job you have chosen, but also grow into a whole person and a lifelong learner. And while you may think that your education is now complete, in fact, it has only just begun. As you make this transition from student to graduate, I offer you some words of wisdom and some advice to take with you into your life as a pioneer. First, be a responsible citizen and give back to your community. Barbara Jordan, one of my personal heroes, a civil rights activist, a U.S. Senator from Texas, and ultimately the winner of a Presidential Medal of Freedom, once said, "A nation is formed by the willingness of each of us to share in the responsibility for upholding the common good." So that means you should participate in good governance of your community, whatever size that community is. Take it upon yourself to engage in important issues and get involved in finding and creating solutions to challenges that face your communities. Join organizations in your area like the school board and church councils. Volunteer to help those who need help and create associations and networks to ensure the safety and well-being of your environment and your future. And be an informed voter. Pay attention to local, state, and national politics and vote in elections. By participating in government, we can have an impact and a say in the life of our local communities, our state, and our nation. Second, be open to new ideas and new people. Henry David Thoreau, a poet, author, philosopher, and abolitionist, once stated, "It is never too late to give up your prejudices." Take the time to network with people in your field and in your community. Getting to know and understand others provides the opportunity to grow, to achieve deeper awareness, and to contribute in new and meaningful ways. Make sure that you take the time to meet people who are different from you. Success in life often requires that you keep an open mind, communicate with people who are unlike yourselves, hear their perspectives, and have a willingness to share your ideas and priorities with them. And finally, know that your alma mater has prepared you well. W.B. Du Bois, a sociologist, historian, and civil rights activist, once explained, "If we make money the object of educational training, we shall develop moneymakers, but not necessarily men and women. Intelligence, broad sympathy, knowledge of the world that was and is, and the relation of men and women to it. That is the curriculum of that higher education which must underlie true life." As pioneers, you are now equipped with a broad educational foundation that will allow you to learn, to be independent, and to think critically and creatively. As a result, pioneers do great things in the world. By graduating from this institution, you have become a part of a strong legacy of pioneers gone before you. Know that graduating from this university means that you have the knowledge, the skills, and the expertise you need to excel in whatever endeavor you decide to pursue. You have the ability to blaze your own path in life. I urge you to see yourself as someone who can make an important difference in the world. And I have a couple of examples of fellow pioneers who have done just that from the colleges of LAE and EMS. First, there's Thomas R. Davis, more affectionately known as Dr. Tom. Dr. Davis graduated with a degree in history from this university in 1960. A high school basketball player and a member of the team here at Platteville, Thomas went on to coach at such distinguished institutions as Lafayette College, Boston College, Stanford University, the University of Iowa, and Drake University. While in the midst of coaching at these several institutions, Davis earned both a master's degree and a doctorate. And in 1981, he received the Distinguished Alumni Award from the University of Wisconsin-Platteville. And he was inducted to the Iowa Hall of Fame in 2008. Then we have a younger graduate, Gina Blasen. Gina graduated with a bachelor's degree in civil engineering in 1999. She went on to receive a master's degree in project management from the University of Wisconsin-Platteville in 2008. Gina works for John Deere and is a member of the American Society of Engineers and the Society of Women Engineers. She credits her success to her engineering skills learned right here at the University of Wisconsin-Platteville. And in 2013, she was honored by this university as an outstanding alum. Now, you may not be interested in following these precise footsteps of the alums I have mentioned today. However, you will see that you have many career and life choices and the potential to succeed at the life path you take, both in your local communities and in the world at large. As a University of Wisconsin-Platteville graduate, you will find your niche and use your skills and abilities in effective ways, just like the graduates who've gone before you. I and we have every confidence that each of you will create a life that not only provides for you and your family, but it influences the world positively. So, while we are sad to see you go, we are proud that you are now a graduate of this university. Good luck to you, and may you go forth and make every day a great day to be a pioneer. Thank you.
And now for the main event. Will all of the individuals who are about to receive bachelor's degrees please stand? Chancellor Shields, as provost and as directed by the university faculty, I certify that the individuals standing before you are candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science, and upon completion of the prescribed curricula, are entitled to receive their degrees from the University of Wisconsin-Platteville. I therefore recommend that these candidates be granted the appropriate diplomas for the curricula completed.
Upon this certification by the Provost and Vice Chancellor, and with the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of Wisconsin System, I am pleased to confer upon you the degrees that you have earned, together with all the rights and privileges attending thereto. Congratulations.
You may be seated. At this time, I ask Dean Elizabeth Troop, Dean of the College of Liberal Arts and Education, to come forward.
Will the candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science from the College of Liberal Arts and Education please stand? Chancellor Shields, Provost Unherder, as Dean of the College of Liberal Arts and Education, I present to you the candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science from the College of Liberal Arts and Education. Candidates, you may begin to come forward.
Amanda M. Spangler. Amanda B. Aker. Stephanie A. Allen. Stephanie K. Anderson. Lene M. Axelson. Morgan J. Bachhuber. Sabrina Ann Bodicher. Sean Ross Bagley. Erica Rose Baldwin. Kayleann Rose Bauer. Miranda Lee Bell. Carl James Bernhard. Maggie Ann Burning. Chelsea May Barra. Sarah Lynn Blabaum. Jade C. Black. Antonio C. Busha. Alexander S. Brigham. Lincoln Joe Bryson. Samuel Anthony Cesare. Alicia Louise Cooley. Elizabeth A. Davis. Sarah B. Davis. Sarah Catherine Day. Nicole DeClue. Alicia Joy DeCrell. Katie Marie Digman. Patrick Donovan. Megan A. Dorner. Livia Ray Doyle. Ryan Duva. Lucas Brady Ensign. Kathleen D. Famaville. Kayla Ann Fecht. Lauda Fidegal. Jennifer L. Freiberger. Bradley J. Frick. Eugene D. Fuller. Cole Michael Gobrick. Jenna Marie Garrett. Noah John Gibson. Sandra Getz. Laura M. Grochan. Stephanie Arlene Gutierrez. Christina Harris. Brittany Nicole Hayes. Julia Emily Henner. Samantha Lynn Herkin. Cassandra Lee Husenfeld. Elizabeth Yassian Ho. Jeffrey P. Heaney. Courtney Hurd. Nicholas Eric Johannesson. Jade Nicole Jorgensen Everson. Samantha Jo Joint. Jenna R. Calise. Anthony M. Corsmo. Jenna C. Larkin. Bailey J. Larson. Alexander Israel Levon. Angela M. Lideman. Kathleen L. Maloney. Jacob F. Marshall. Michelle Lynn Mauerman. Jacqueline E. McCraren. Jacqueline Ray Meeder. Taylor M. Meehan. Claire E. Michaelsberger. Kyle B. Mitchell. Marissa N. Morales. Emily Myers. Jamie Lee Nelson. Rachel Lynn Nelson. Jed Allen Newman. Jennifer Elaine Niehoff. Taylor J. Nossinger. Amber Lynn Parisi. Jessica Marie Pierce. Brandon M. Pink. James Michael Simon Porter. Dean Jeffrey Prebrush. Michelle L. Romer. Daniel L. Redlin. Timothy John Richardson. Daniel Riedel. Daniel J. Reese. Tyler Anthony Rodriguez. Joseph E. Roy. Robert T. Savala. Stacy E. Seeger. Cody D. Slater. Anna Lee Smith. Jordan Nicole Smith. Caitlin Teresa Steffler. Jeff V. Strazabasco. Abigail K. Swanson. Hannah Turpening. Ryan M. Thill. Kayla E. Tim. Bailey Christine Tisver. Tyler J. Vossen. Rachel Jean Van Kerbrock. Danielle Elaine Betesnik. Samantha Villeneuve. Lee B. Velasek. Laura Alice Volkening. Hannah Rose Weber. Holly Jean Weiss. Garrett Allen Wermager. Jessica Lee Westman. Kaylee Ann White. Joseph Michael Westfall. Caitlin Wiederholt. Stephanie Marie Wiltfang. Daniel J. Whipperfirth. Courtney B. Woodford. Eileen M. Yunt. Rachel C. Zander. Jenna Elise Zimmerman.
At this time, I ask Dr. Masoud Musliu, Interim Dean of the College of Engineering, Mathematics, and Science, to come forward.
I'm optimizing it. Will the candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science from the College of Engineering, Mathematics, and Science please stand? Chancellor Shields and Provost Dan Herder, as Interim Dean of the College of Engineering, Mathematics, and Science, I proudly present to you the candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Art and Bachelor of Science from the College of Engineering, Mathematics, and Science. Candidates, would you please begin coming forward?
Go down and have your picture taken. Yushin Sao. Zachary James Lamers. Hamad H. Aldosuri. Nils A. Anderson. Dalton T. Atwood. Tyler John Balsiger. Katie Jean Bartel. Austin T. Bergen. Christopher James Byer. Lucas Dean Black. Carissa Lee Bondas. Alex Gerard Bourneville. Kurt Eric Bowie. Thomas Patrick Brady. Paul M. Brewer. Jessica A. Bullman. Mike David Butchart. Aaron E. Byers. Miguel Diagi C. Camara. Joe Chambers. Mitchell Yale Christensen. Nathan R. Cook. Austin G. Cooley. Lucas V. Cottrell. Sean M. Cusson. Amanda M. Dagans. Daniel D. Darlin, Jr. Lucas M. Davidson. Stephen J. Davis. Brendan Thomas DeBusk.
Zachary R. Demon. Kyle E. Den. Brian William Delugopolsky. Matthew J. Doney. Zachary J. Dussel. Katrina L. Ellis. Alexander D. Feldmeyer. Emily C. Fisher. Paul J. Frederick. Michaelis R. Gabby. Rachel Lynn Gellerstedt. Dana T. Gibson. Becca Ray Gran. Margot Marie Groh. Ricky G. Jean Haas. Mohammed Aziz Aidara. Jake D. Hare. Alexander Lewis Hauer. Allison Patricia Hendricks. Matthew J. Hess. Dean Richard Holton. Brett J. Horn. Andrew R. Huntley. Brian J. Jacobs. Stephen A. Jakes. Dominic Falduto James. William E. Johnson, Jr. Jordan W. Jolma. Luke Benjamin Joswick. Lacey D. Kazan. Kyle T. Kiefer. Benjamin Scott Kinzel. Jacob Allen Kermsey. Daniel L. Kling. Rebecca Jean Close. Jared Lee Knutson. Jonathan Richard Cole. Brandon F. Krautkramer. Craig D. Krogel. Emily Jean Kronebusch. Mariah R. Krieger. Joshua James Kudik. Kevin A. Kalka. Jevic J. Landwehr. Cody W. Lawler. Mark Ryan Lehner. Mitchell Dale Lehner. Eric J. Letter. Benjamin A. Leitz. Aaron Lee Lindgren. Cameron K. Marks. Rachel A. McWilliams. Brandon W. Meekum. Ryan K. Miners. Megan Lynn Melby. Masis Rafi Mesjin. John Daniel Micah. Daniel L. Monroe. Grant William Montry. Caleb Richard Morton. David M. Malarkey. Molly Ann Nearison. Kyle T. Nethery. Alyssa Nicole Norsby. Michael G. O'Neill. Brandon Walter Polesny. Adam Lee Palmer. Markeisha D. Parker. Jacob A. Peterson. Jonathan James Petrie. Ryan Vincent Pereira. David G. Plussel. John J. Poppy. Douglas D. Posorski. Michael A. Reed. Joseph D. Rosandich. Mitchell Robert Rulock. Matthew S. Saunders. Christopher Eric Saberna. Alex Joseph Schaefer. Jaden Lee Shekel. Matthew James Schmidt. Garrett Eugene Scholl. Cody A. Schulke. Anthony James Sheehy. Michael Ryan Shahoney. Tyler Stone Scholl. Janelle S. Scoyen. Ethan Leslie Small. Ashley Nicole Smith. Nicholas B. Sorensen. Mark J. Stern. Matthew Allen Swanson. David J. Swack. Jared E. Talbert. Rachna D. Tucker. David Joseph Thering. Sarah Ann Thorman. Dan J. Tracy. Kwang H. Tran. Charla Renee Tripoli. Caleb R. Ubersax. Joseph M. Urban. Parker R. Vandevort. Brett George Wagner. Alexander R. Walzak. Travis J. Weaver. Brian R. Wells. Marissa C. Wildeck. Cassandra L. Wolford. Jonathan T. Zahn. Riley J. Zahner. Nathan J. Zinzer.
You may be seated. Putting together this ceremony takes considerable work, and much of it is behind the scenes. I want to thank the following people: the senior staff, some of whom are seated here on the stage, commencement committee led by Dr. Lonita Limanovic and Dr. Joanne Wilson, commencement marshal Dr. Yang Lee, who is retiring next month after 23 years of service as a professor in electrical engineering. Registrar David Kiekafer, who so ably read the names today, student ambassadors who served as ushers, musicians, including singer Amanda Cezeda and Lucas Ensign, and the UW-Platteville Symphonic Wind Ensemble conducted by Dr. Barry Ellis, media service and conference services. For all those people I just mentioned who helped with today's production, I ask that they please rise and be applauded. Sitting in front of you and in front of me is a group who has taught and advised and has done so much more for this graduating class. I would ask that the UW-Platteville faculty and staff stand and turn and face the graduates so that they might honor you. And of course, none of this would have been possible without this last group, who has helped our graduates throughout their collegiate careers and indeed throughout their entire lives. Would the families and friends of the 2014 graduates please stand and be recognized by them? Now, please, you may be seated. Please turn to page 48 of your commencement program for the alma mater, again led by Lucas Ensign.
Alma mater grand and glorious, we shall ever be victorious. Loyal are we to you, dear Platteville, pioneers e'er will be. We shall win her honor. Praise be ever on her. Onward, upward to the fore, none shall falter evermore. mater grand and glorious, wrought by loyalty.
Please be seated. The commencement ceremonies have been videotaped and are available via streaming on the campus webpage. I ask that all of you remain seated until the faculty has left the gymnasium. The graduates can remain to greet their parents and friends on the gymnasium floor. And once again, congratulations to the University of Wisconsin-Platteville graduating class of December 2014.